Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. We are from Group 5. So today we are going to present a management quality course of the port at Chancellor UPM, Chancellor College UPM. So my name is AINUL binti Muhammad Yusuf. My matrix number is 202043. Next slide. So for the introduction, we already choose the port at Chancellor College UPM as our interview, our company to interview. So for the introduction, the Port Cafe is a business that operates food and beverage services. According to Sadiko et al. 2019, the food industry as a whole is made up of various different types of business such as agriculture, food production, processing, preservation, packaging, distribution, retail, and catering that produce a wide range of food products. Similar to the Port Cafe, this business provides food and beverage preparation services and customer service to student lecturers and staff at University Putra Malaysia. Next slide. So the port strategy is to implement cost of quality technique to maintain their overall quality, such as prevention costs and appraisal costs for the good product quality, and for the poor product quality, they implement internal failure costs and external failure costs. Next, the ports also conduct research and questionnaire to determine the addition of various type of menu, such as Western food and various type of beverages needed, and the appropriate price based on the financial situation of their target market, which is students. Okay, then the port also obtain feedback from customer related to the service provided in order to further improve their performance and quality of their business. Next. Okay, so the importance of management quality costs to maintain the business so that the business can continue to operate. Next is to solve all the problems that arise easily and efficiently. Management quality cost is important to ensure business are prepared for the risk of having poor quality product. Next. Okay, so the purpose of interview is to review and evaluate current practices implemented by the Port Cafe and support an improvement of quality cost management that can further improve the quality of product and services in order to remain operational and compete with other competitors. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Ainul. So my name is Nurhazira binti OSMAN. My matrix number is 203541. So next, I will explain on the current technique practices by the Port Cafe. So currently, the Port Cafe implements the management of quality cost. In the management of quality cost, there are 4 types of costs, such as prevention, appraisal, internal failure, and external failure. And this company applies each of these quality costs in order to ensure that the product provided is in good quality. So the first cost is prevention cost. According to Gupta and Campbell 1995, it stated that the prevention costs are the costs that our company incurs as a result of initial efforts to prevent quality problems from occurring. During the interview, the owner of the Port Cafe stated that they sent its employees to a nutrition management course recognized by the Malaysian Ministry of Health. And besides that, the owner also constantly communicates to customers about the quality of the products produced. So the strength is actions performed by the Port Cafe, where in order to maintain the quality of the product, the company ensures that each employee is given a food handling course. Products which are food and beverage produced by the Port Cafe always adhere to established nutrition standards, and in addition, every raw material delivered by the supplier is constantly inspected to ensure that the raw material is usable. While for the weaknesses, the owner of the Port Cafe does not provide provide proper quality planning in order to produce good quality of food and beverage. And this will contribute to the risk of dissatisfied customer, loss in the revenue, and also decrease the customer loyalty. So the next cost is appraisal cost. Appraisal costs are the costs that company invest to ensure that products produced meet the quality of standards. It means that the cost that the company spend in inspecting the problems occurred to their product. So as the owner of the Port Cafe, they conduct tests on each product provided by the employee. This is an action made before their product is sold to the customer so that the quality of the product produced can be maintained. So the strength is the Port Cafe always ensures that every raw material used is undamaged, especially perishable materials such as wet goods like chicken and meat, and therefore this is an action by the company to ensure that every raw material used is of good quality and can avoid customer complaints. And moreover, wet raw materials such as chicken taken by the businesses are in accordance with the quantity required only to maintain the quality of the raw material. While for the weaknesses, the owner of the Port Cafe does not provide standards for each raw material used. In the preparation of quality food, the use of quality ingredients plays a important role. So the next one is internal failure cost. Internal failure cost is the cost that is incurred by the company due to poor quality that has been found throughout the appraisal process before it is delivered to the customer. So during the interview, the Port Cafe stated that there are raw materials shipped by suppliers that are damaged or moldy, especially on vegetables. And this brings an impact on the food produced and affects the quality of the food. So the strength is the owner of the Port Cafe takes action against the suppliers by retaining the damaged item and getting a replacement with new and safe raw materials to use in food. So while for the weaknesses, the owner of the business had to incur high costs to replace damaged raw materials and find new manufacturers or suppliers. And this will slow down the process of producing the food. So the last cost is external failure cost. According to Gupta and Campbell 1995, stated that external failure cost is cost associated with defective products that are not discovered until after they have been shipped to the customer. So during the interview, the Port Cafe recognized that they rarely receive complaints from customers, but the quality of food provided decreases when in large quantities. So the strength is in order to take action regarding the quality of their product, every end of each semester, the owner of the Port Cafe would communicate or distribute questionnaire regarding the feedback from the customer. It is to ensure that the feedback getting from the customer would be used as an improvement in their taste of food and menu. So while for the weaknesses, the owner of the Port Cafe does not provide customer service skills to their employees. And there is still workers who lack customer service skills and provide bad services to their customers, such as communication barriers that happen with international students. And this will also lead to lower profit and reduce the number of customers interacting with the restaurant. So I think that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, hi, my name is Nurhazira. So I will explain about the suitable technique of all system designs. Before this, the previous presenter already explains about the current technique that used by the cafe. So now I will explain about the suitable designs or design suitable technique that the cafe can use to improve the management of quality costs. Next. Okay, then next for the prevention, first the prevention cost. After the interviewing, we identified that the Port Cafe management does not give the adequate quality planning to ensure that high quality foods and beverage are produced. And this will increase the probability of unsatisfied customer, financial loss, and decreased customer loyalty. Therefore, to solve this issue, the owner must provide the product quality standards to the employees in producing the product. So that's the product that serves the customer will have the same quality in every portion. Next, the owner also needs to provide the acceptance criteria for every deliverable raw material from the supplier. Deliverables are evaluated in relation to the acceptance criteria to see if the supplier meets the requirements specified by the port cafe. It's also as a part of quality control, where the owner could control the quality product by providing the criteria of product needed to the supplier. Next. Next, for the appraisal cost, they're going to ensure that they receive a raw material that have been spoiled and not fresh, and this will lead to the bad quality of food being produced. It's proof that the owner or management of the port cafe underestimates quality issues by not setting the necessary standards for raw material to supplier. Thus, to overcome this problem, the owner and management must have awareness about the importance of raw material in food preparations. So what they need to do is they need to do an inspection of the raw material that arrived before using it to produce the product. Other than that, the management or the owner also needs to make an in-process and final inspections. From the interview, the owner stated that they have done a raw material inspection when the raw materials arrive. But an in-process in final inspection is also important, as the final goods are the products that will be served to the customer. So the inspection before the serving the product to the customer is needed to ensure that the cafe can satisfy the customer expectation. Next. Okay, the third one is the internal failure cause. Based on the interview, we identified the port has an issue with the raw material provided by the supplier, where the raw material is defective and affect the food produced by the employees. Due to that, the port needs to bear costs needed to produce a new product and needs to find a new supplier that could provide criteria of raw material by the owner. Therefore, to overcome this issue, the ports need to have sufficient money and good planning for the possible risk of damaged raw materials and the cost required to make the product again. Next. Okay, for the last one is the external failure cost. The external failure cost in the interview where there is a complaint, we found that there is a complaint about the foods and the beverage that's produced by the cafe. So when there is a complaint about the food the cafe serve, the owner or the management of the cafe will discuss it among them and find the cause of the problems. Then the owner will give options to the customer, and they will serve a new foods to them, or the customer will get the conversations. So basically, it will increase the cost incurred, where the cafe needs to compensate the customer wherever there is a complaint about their foods. After the interview, we realized that the owner of the port cafe does not provide customer service skills to their employees. This is because they are still workers who lack customer service skills and provide bad service to their customers, such as a communication barrier that happen with the international students. Thus, the management of the ports cafe needs to increase the communication skill of the employees with the customer by providing training to the employees. I think that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum and hi. I'm presenting the conclusion part. Next slide. Okay, in recapping back the definition of quality cost management, it is to assist businesses in setting priorities for corrective action. Without such action, it is indeed possible that enterprises may misappropriate their resources, consequently earning less than desirable return on the investment. Next slide. So according to the port cafe, quality cost management was employed by the port to identify the amount to which those resources are utilized on operations that avoid poor quality, evaluate the quality of organizations' food and beverage services that result from internal and external failures. Besides, the port will indeed guarantee that its cafe satisfy the appropriate performance standards by employing various tactics that which will increase the performance and operation of their company. Next slide. In addition, the report has covered quality-related expenses that are classified into 3 categories, which are prevention cost, appraisal cost, and internal and external failure cost. All of these quality costs are applied by this enterprise to ensure that the process produced is of high quality. And assessment of this type provides a mechanism for analyzing the efficiency of quality management, as well as identifying weak points, opportunities, cost savings, and actions objectives. Next, we have covered some improvements for the port cafe that can further increase the quality of goods and services. Quality is essential for delighting their customers and preserving their loyalty so that they can continue to purchase from them in long term. According to this, customers frequently purchase more from companies they trust completely, and companies may save money on return products, problems, and losses. So that's all from us. Thank you.